One of the questions that we get asked a lot of times is, I've learnt to shoot, I've bought my first gun, I've been shooting for a year, 18 months, it's now time to move on. Where do I go from here? People come along, they won't take up shooting, they buy themselves a reasonably inexpensive gun to start with. They'll probably spend £700, £900 on a gun, and they learn the basics of shooting. They then come to us after a year or so and say, right, okay, I've decided I want to take up shooting, I'm thoroughly enjoy it, where do I go from here? It's all about confidence when you're shooting, and if you've got a gun that you really enjoy shooting and you've got a gun that fits you well, then you'll shoot better with it. It's as simple as that. And that is the reason that people move up. You get better trigger pulls, you get better balance, the handling of the gun is better. When you first start shooting, you wouldn't notice the difference. But when you've been shooting for a year or 2 years, you really do know what the difference is between a cheap gun and a better quality gun. It really is. It's not something you can measure, but it does really make a difference to shooting.
TSC is brought to you with support from Sabati Guns from Rangerite, CCI Clays, Yieldits Guns, Ely Cartridges, Browning Guns, Bowman Traps, Breeden School, and Charles Stanley Wealth Management.
The build quality is better, the balance is better, the trigger pulls are better. Everything on that gun is built to the highest possible standards. And whether you buy a grade 1 or grade 5, the quality of the product is exactly the same. The difference between a grade 1 and a grade 5 is purely the quality of the engraving, the quality of the wood, and the general finish on the gun. So, where we start really is the bottom end of the good quality stuff. So, if you're looking at buying a Sporter, for instance, then you're probably looking at Browning, Beretta, Maruku. So, you've got your grade 1 gun there, which sell for about £1,500. Some people like adjustable stocks. Again, you can buy a reasonably nice gun with an adjustable stock for under £2,000. Personally, I'm not a lover of adjustable stocks because people do tend to keep playing with them, and when they miss, they blame the stock and not the nut on the end of it. They are handy if you have got a very long neck, very high cheekbones. They are quite handy to have so that you can get that extra little bit of height in the cone. So that's the sort of beginning part of the good value for money guns, Beretta, Browning, Maruku. A lot of people come along and say, well, I want to treat myself to something nice. So then you're talking about spending £2,000, £3,000, £4,000. So again, same guns, nicer wood, nicer engraving, nicer finish. So again, Maruku, Beretta, Browning, good quality guns, but with high grade stocks and really, really pretty engraving. If you want something a little bit different, probably one of the best value for money guns on the market at the moment is the Caesar Guarini. You can buy a Caesar Guarini side-plated Sporter, handles really well, and you can buy that for just under £3,000. If you've got more money to spend, then something like a Beretta 687 EELL is quite pretty. You then get a lot of the serious competition shooters, particularly in the trap disciplines, that will buy a Perazzi. Perazzi is totally different. When Daniel Palazzi started the firm, he said he was going to make the best competition gun in the world, and with the MX8, arguably he did. Started Palazzi, a very plain gun, but all the development has gone into creating arguably one of the best shotguns in the world. So that gives you a basic idea of where we can go if you want to upgrade. The thing to think about now is you've looked at how much money you want to spend, and you've looked at whether you want to spend £1,500 or £5,000. The next thing to remember is that you are buying a gun which will last you many, many years. So you then need to make sure that what you're going to spend your hard-earned income on is something that is absolutely right for what you want. So you need to go to a gun shop that's got plenty of stuff to choose from so that you can look at them, you can pick them up. A lot of people decide to go for 32-inch barrels when they move up. Again, this suits some people, but not everybody. 32-inch barrels are something that you've got to learn to shoot with again. You're probably better off if you're going to be an average run-of-the-mill CPSA shooter to stick with 30-inch. But again, go into a shop that's got a decent selection, pick them up, pick up a 30-inch, pick up a 32-inch, pick up a 28-inch, and see what feels right for you. The person in the shop should then be able to give you the benefit of his expert advice. But it's something, don't rush into it, but just make sure that what you're buying is right, because from then on, it's going to last you for a very, very long time.